Today we have new Ninja Turtles, and anytime there's new Ninja Turtles, you know it's going to be a good day. And this time we have the two best Ninja Turtles, and you can't argue that unless you like the other two, and then, you know, those can be the best. So these are already out of the box, obviously, but look at this. Look at this. This is so exciting. Mostly, this guy's gonna have a skateboard, that's what makes him unique, but the Donatello setup is probably the most unique out of all four of them. So, let's get rid of these, and look at these guys one at a time, because that's all the room I got. I gotta thank KOWKIS for sending these things to me, so that we can take a look at it together, and find out just how awesome they are, and we already know they're awesome, because we've had two others reviewed on this channel, and I love them. I mean, basically, I think, at this point, we're looking at copies of the other turtles. There's going to be some minor changes. We'll find that along the way. Height-wise, identical. Shell and all that stuff seems to be the same, but I'm sure there's something in there that's a slight change. And beyond just like adding this. Oh, he's orange. That's stupid. And we also are going to probably need this. Wait, no, track it. This is going to be most likely needed for things like the bandana in the back of the head, the joint inside the body. Of course, the last two that I had didn't need the body one, but maybe we will this time. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, of course, I knew that before I even opened it. Now, I don't know how to say the name of this company. I go by Medi Toys, but on the front of the box, it's Lingjihun. These guys. I guess I should just ask KOWKIS. How do you say it? Duh. We are also looking at a lot of the same accessories, of course, because, you know, this is kind of the curse of Ninja Turtle action figures. Unless you do something really unique, which has been done in the past, you know, with like Rise of the TMNT and Mutant Mayhem. Those are the ones I can think of specifically that had very unique designs. Maybe this is one of the reasons why Ninja Turtles is such a great property and so many companies want to get into it, because if you can just make a dude 4 times and sell it 4 times, we get the same soft goods that we've gotten every time. Boring. And in case you haven't seen these guys get reviewed before, you get these very basic black pants with spandex for the waist, and then you get this jacket, which, you know, again, it's built nice, there's no pockets. I would just recommend getting something from Rebel 10 Customs, because then it's completely wired. Really nice products. But here are the accessories, and it's a lot of accessories, so you definitely get your money's worth with these things, because they're super detailed with paint, like over the top with the paint. And then all these accessories, which are super fun. Highly articulated figures as well. So I think, as of right now, of course, Heat Boys, whenever they release theirs, as of right now, these are the best 112, you know, 6 to 7 inch Ninja Turtles that you can possibly get. So where do we start? I guess with all the hands. These hands are probably going to be identical for Donatello as well. We've seen all these with Leonardo and Raphael. I think Raphael was unique. I think he had like extra hands because of his size. Size of what? No, his weapons. So we have fingers, fingernail paint, looking good. So a couple pointies. You got a couple of like hang 10, gnarly, surfs up, bro. Cupping hands, which could be used as gripping hands for different things. Standard grippy hands, which are going to be best, I'm sure, for his nunchucks. When you only have 3 fingers, are these peace hands? Or are these live long and prosper? Then you get these, which are pretty unique. This is, I think everybody got these. Unique in the sense of like the sculpt. Not that Mikey's got them, but they're just kind of cool stance hands. And finally, you get some thumbs up hands, which means on by default, yes, he does have some punchies. I mean, look, detail of these things, fantastic. You cannot argue that. Are they too big for some collectors? Maybe. Too expensive? Sure. Then we'll kind of just rush through the rest of these. We have the communicator, great paint, and looks disgusting, like it lives in the sewer for sure. And then you got this throwing star. You got a grappling hook, which I still need to find some string or rope, because now I got 4 of these and no way to throw them. You get a throwing star in motion, which is fun. Big old kunai. You get 2 slices of pizza, so one with a little drippy doos, so it's gonna look fun in a pose, and then this one depending on the hand, or if you just want it as a prop for your scene. Then you got this, which I believe again is the kunai holding pouch that you can choose to put on his belt. You have another little pouch that you can choose to put on. Again, it's just like, it's not required, it's just fun extra stuff. Then you got this little walkie-talkie, or I don't know, a bomb detonator or something. 3 types of bandanas, so you got to cut off this little nubby do, but the setup here is basically you have like one blowing in the wind, one going straight down his back, and then one that curls around to the front of his shell. Alternate faces, fantastic. What a great choice. Fun, laughing, eyes closed, looks gorgeous, classic Mikey kind of style. You get this nice, look at that detail in the mouth. It's almost to the point where like the mouth is so realistic that it's terrifying. There's a little slop of green paint, but we can overlook that, especially human eyes. It's mostly visible in the camera. And like all of them, you get this hat, which has a magnet. It kind of halfway works. Doesn't work on that head, doesn't work on that head, and doesn't work on that head. I think the magnets are just screwed up or something. Whatever, it stays on otherwise. I mean, it can stay on pretty much on its own. Then you got some bendy wire nunchucks, which paint-wise, this is great. And obviously unique for Michelangelo here, but I really like the style of this. I am concerned that over time, these get bent too many times and just snap. You get 2 of those, and then you get 2 of these with the flaming chuck. I mean, effect is awesome. I'm really shocked that they went this route and didn't go with like a spinning style that like everybody does. But, you know, maybe that's what sets them apart, is that they did not do what everybody does. I'm also shocked that it's not just an effect you can plug onto the tip of it, because that would have saved them extra work, you'd think. The final accessory is this gorgeous skateboard. So the details on this are stunning. I love the like burnt tips that are happening here from the exhaust. Really cool. Very, very cool. You got grime all over this thing, but all the fun details of, you know, what they put into this thing to give it the unique style and look is awesome. And then you get this kind of grippy thing up top. Super fun. The one thing that all of these guys are lacking is a stand. They, you know, for $100 especially, it's like throwing a stand, but you need to have a really heavy duty one. I usually recommend a PlayArts Kai stand, which is what I will be using in my review. Looking at the details of Mikey, my God. Of course I knew it was going to be good looking, but it's like, he looks just like the other turtles, but every time I see these things, it's like fresh and new and just, you know, brings that joy again, which is very nice. Now, he'll have some unique things. Like I said, we got this pouch going on his leg, which you could take off, put it on anybody. But the way his knees are set up as well, the wraps are a little different on everybody. Now, obviously, his belt setup will be unique for him for his nunchucks. But otherwise, I'm sure the shell's just being reused. There's a lot of range in the neck. I mean, good God. I don't know any other turtles that have this kind of range, especially like in the head area. Up first, let's compare him Raphael-wise. I think, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of same stuff, but obviously this shell has a unique scratch here. There's some sculpts that are unique to this, so they do have reused parts, but then obviously some of the same stuff. Now, he might be sharing the shell with Donatello and then just doing a different color scheme, which seems to be the case. And they, I think, are doing kind of like a mix and match, like the upper shell matches his, but his lower shell matches his. So that's a cool way to not make them feel like a repeat. Well, no, that's unique too. These 3 do not seem to be the same. Anyway, legs, all that stuff, a lot of reused parts, but I'm okay with it. The only thing I would have changed out of this whole set would been their heights, because I want, you know, at least 2 of them to be shorty boys. And you know what? They did. They did do that. So I don't have anything to change. We'll see it here in the size comparison, but when I'm looking at them like this, I can tell that Mikey's shorter. So that's great. Also, I will have a link to this desk mat, which you can get in 2 different sizes. So if you like this, you want a desk mat for your desk, for your mouse and stuff. This is bigger than a mouse pad. I drew this, created it based on the same background design I used for this thing. Links in the description. All right, on to the last boy, Donatello. Now, Donatello can often be called my favorite, mostly because we wear glasses, okay? And I'm a big fan of that. I'm a fan that they tend to give him glasses or goggles. So what do we have in this set? Well, I don't remember. Is it goggles? And just as a quick reference, in case something's unique or missing, 100% the same hands. Also has the soft goods, also has all the other accessories that we saw, throwing stars, all that stuff. So what makes him unique, really, the head sculpts, bandanas are the same, just a different color. And then all of this, which is the gold. This is what matters. You know, of course, the dude himself. So let's look at Donnie's accessories and see if we can figure these things out. He's also got the same hip. Well, it's actually sculpted different, but he also has one on the same leg. That's an interesting choice. Why the same leg? I don't know. Alternate head number 1, pretty solid. I mean, he's got somewhat of a crooked smile, which is actually just like a nice, unique detail to give this guy, but it looks beautiful. And this one also unique with the lip going up in the center. So they all have unique head sculpts. I don't think there's any repeats in the heads. And the head that's on by default, this nice smiling one, which, God, it looks so good. This looks more like the classic kind of Donatello face, I think, that a lot of us enjoy. Unique accessory number 1, this arm band, which, you know, hopefully this locks on pretty good and doesn't like flip around and slide around. Nothing on the screen, of course, but you got little buttons with nice details. We got this little hook piece, which I think attaches to, I don't know what it attaches to. It might attach to a couple different things. We'll figure that out. We have this beautiful piece, which attaches to his back somewhere. I think we actually have to remove a shell panel from him. So he does have obviously a unique back piece. This is all beautiful. Love the little like brass or kind of copper tones that are going through all of the little details here. And then we got this Mouser head, and it should open. I mean, it does open, but not very far. That is all you get out of it, but it looks cool, which, you know, hopefully this means that they'll be making some villains and things for this line. Little ball peg for the head to rotate on, and then you have all of these circular spots are posable sections. Very beautiful, very tight and a little scary, but you can do this. I don't know if that's what they meant, because I didn't look at the back of the box and all the images that are on the internet, and there's no instructions in the box. We have this tip piece, which I don't know. I guess it goes onto his staff or something. Looks very cool. Love this little spark that's sticking out of it. Colors are gorgeous. It does have the same color scheme as this staff because he has 2 versions. We have this piece, which, oh man, the colors are really beautiful. Also on a little ball peg, so I think that can also go on this thing, and he has like a spinning bow staff from the back of his shell. You also get this, which is a camera, I guess. It looks like a security camera, but you know, when it comes to stuff like this, it's your imagination. If you want it to be a laser blaster, then that's up to you. All the little copper colors, that shows that there's copper wires. So this is all, you know, electronics that are visible, which is really cool. Now, I don't know if anything comes off of like the tips, or if you can put things on the tips. This might also just go on this tip. Too many tips and things that I don't know. It's gorgeous though. Paintwork, fantastic. Love the sculpt of this. Very fun. And then you get a standard one, which also looks really good, really grimy. And finally you get this beautiful headset, which, yeah, I guess you got goggles. No glasses, but we do have goggles. Love the details, love the little microphone, the eyepieces and stuff. This is super fun. You can still kind of see through those pieces, which will be nice to have on his head and kind of get his eyes through. See? Really fun. Really, really fun. Maybe he's controlling a drone or something. Or metalhead. Maybe they'll make a metal. You imagine a metalhead in this style? As far as the details of his stuff that he's got on by default, we got this strap going around with the slot for his staff. And then this with all of the little pouches. So a lot of similarities with some of the other turtles, you know, with the pads and things. I think these are unique for him though, with the metal ones, which is super fun. And this one, and then obviously this is very unique. So we have reused parts, but then when you get tons of new stuff, like this entire leg, I love this. He does not have the straps on his right arm, which now feels a little weird. Like, shouldn't there be something there? Yeah, everybody has straps on both arms except for Donnie. And I assume that's specifically so that you can get this thing on there and not have it like bunched up around the plastics. Look, I also love that they went with kind of the Playmate style of colors. Ooh, this is a very tight joint, kind of ratchet style. Playmate's colors, great choice. So you get all 4 of these guys in the same setup, and you can really see the differences. Now, Leonardo and Raphael are pretty close to each other, but the tone is there. This has definitely got more of a blue tone to that green. He's the most traditional green. This has a little bit of yellow to it, and then this has a little bit of whatever, brown. They're gorgeous. I mean, they just really work so well together. Yeah, great choice doing the Playmates thing, especially when they share a lot of the same body parts. I suppose we should talk about articulation a little bit, in case you haven't seen these turtles get reviewed before. We saw that the neck and head have great range because of Michelangelo. The arms are really good. They go up perfectly. You get a lot of rotation despite the shell being there. You can still get things, you know, as far as you need. And then they have these sort of like butterfly joints that are happening. I don't know if they're true butterfly joints or just like a cover over that, but look at that. For a Ninja Turtle, excellent. Great elbow range, and then ball pegs for the wrists, which is the way you should always do it. So you only have to make one set of hands. The body articulation on these guys is pretty extreme, as long as yours isn't like stuck, because that joint in there can be pretty stiff, and that's where you need that shock oil. But this is working pretty well. I think the cold weather to hot is actually made these out of the box like perfect for me. So I mean, just look at all that range you get in the body, and then the shell on the back can actually move up and down. Less likely on Donnie, so you can see how much space is there, which is going to allow you to get like more poses and things and have that shell look correct. Like, look at how far up it goes and then how far down it can go. So depending on the pose and the shot and stuff that you need, you just fiddle with that and you'll have a lot more range than I think you would expect out of these guys. But the crunch is fantastic, and they do lean back really well. You just have to move this shell to take advantage of that. It's a little garter belt. Legs go out into perfect splits. You got a lot of rotation happening there. So you have this like thigh, you have the ball joint inside, double jointed knees. They just do look a little weird, but you know, knees are always a tough thing to design. And then pretty standard ankle rockers, but with toe articulation. I love these things. There's no doubt about it. They continue to impress. I mean, they just made the same thing 4 times with some slight differences, but I'm constantly impressed with how amazing these turtles are. I really do love them. It's gonna be hard to beat, and Heat Boys might be able to do it, but we won't know until they ever release them. Because right now we just keep seeing prototypes, even like a year, 2 years in. Obviously, if you want yours, I'll have links down in the description. You can use a promo code NOSTALGIA-KOWKIS to get 6% off your entire order, and I'll try to see what links we have available. I mean, these could be sold out. You got to keep checking. It just kind of happens. I know it was how it was with the last 2, that as soon as reviews started happening, they would sell out, then they'd get stocked again, and then sold out. Well, yep, I said it. I'm very curious how far this line is going to go. Obviously, we got to get some villains, and if they're doing creatures and, you know, beasts and things like this, and then they have a lot of other stuff from the brand, Medi Toys, they do a ton of stuff. They can definitely do creatures really well, obviously. But can they do humans? Can they do realistic humans? You could do a Shredder, no problem. But if you wanted to get into like a Casey Jones, okay, let's maybe not take his mask off so we can make him look a particular way. But if you want to do an April, how do you get an April in this style and like make it look good? You have to really crush it, because sometimes the human face can just look off. And if you want to see the other 2 get reviewed, then be sure to click that video right there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.